Wherever you are in the world, you need to get invested. You need to be part of. You can't just sit back and receive. You need to be part of the community. You need to be part of people's lives. You need to be part of the economy. That is digging a trench. And that's what we've been doing for 20 years. So before Lead, I was actually in Port Elizabeth. I completed my articles at a local firm, and then after I did my articles, I became a manager. I was a manager for about 2 years, and then at the end of the 2 years, I was given the opportunity to actually buy into the firm as a partner, and also had a client that we did the audit for, and this client offered me a position as the accountant in their branch in Cape Town. And at that point in time, the offer was quite lucrative. To not take the opportunity by moving to Cape Town, it became a big season of prayer and actually seeking the direction as a man of faith. I wanted to seek the direction that the Lord wanted me to take. One morning, I can clearly remember walking into the firm where I was employed. I just knew that I wanted to do this one day. Cannot explain it. It was just a sense of I wanted to do this one day. This is what I would like to have one day, my own firm. So, but we knew, I knew, and Kirsty knew that this was time to start my own firm.
You give up the shiny thing to go for something that you're a little less sure of, but in hindsight, 2 years, that company that he would have joined and we would have given up everything in PE to go to Cape Town, it actually folded 2 years later. So we would have lost everything. So God was good.
And and that's how we started the firm. Started the firm with a mortgage, started the firm with some asset finance, started the firm with an overdraft facility based on a business plan. Back in the day, we didn't have the financial means to do it, but that's how we started the firm. Kirsty and I just got married. And when we started the firm, we got married in the same year. So it was all at once. It's all or nothing. So we actually got married when we started the firm. So the business started on 1 February. So when I had my December holiday for where I was working, I actually started sourcing clients. That morning when I woke up, I sat on the side of the bed with my head in my hands like this, and I just looked up to Kirsty like this, and she asked me what's wrong, and I looked at her and I said, what now?
I'm like, get up and go to work. This is what we do. You got to make it happen. And he is a get up and go kind of guy, so I just knew he needed that little push that only I can so tactfully give him.
And that is how I lived my life every morning. Start working, get up and get on with it. And that's what the first day was like. I had an office in the back in one of our spare bedrooms. I had an office there, and I just got going in the spare bedroom. After 2 or 3 months, I can't remember exactly, I needed to employ someone to help me. Because I was running admin, I was running reception, I was running marketing, I was doing the work. So the culture at the beginning probably was a bit toxic because I was a young leader, and I was still struggling to lead myself in many ways.
And he has just grown and changed. I mean, if I can take a snippet of the Frank 20 years ago to the snippet of, when I say the Frank, the leader in Frank then to the leader in Frank now, it's chalk and cheese.
So in the beginning as a leader, I struggled. I struggled to lead people well, purely because of I had to learn to let go and equip others. It's like that saying, on your own you can go fast, but together you can go far. Lorinda is my professional assistant now. She's been with us she started about a year or two after I started the firm, she started. And at the time, she was my admin support, and she was also part of the bookkeeping department at that time. And over the years, she's developed to where she became my right hand in the business. and she knows the ins and outs of the business. She knows the processes, the policies.
They're such a family-orientated business. Whether you're family or not, they make you feel like family.
And yeah, it's people like her that made this business a pleasure to lead. So we bought this premises where we are currently situated in 2005, and that was purely because we needed to expand. And so we've renovated quite a bit. We also brought solar in, so we've got solar in the offices. We wanted to make sure that we have a sustainable business without any unnecessary interruption. One thing that I must say that did not change in the business is a plant that we received on the first day of starting the firm. We received this from my in-laws, and this plant, as soon as I received it, it represented the life of the firm. And I always used to tell the team, do not let this plant die. 20 years later, this plant is still with us. Nsiki is an absolute champ. I cannot do without her. However, when she started, she had an afro like this. She would sit behind a computer, you wouldn't see the screen. Until today, we still tease her about this afro hairstyle that she had.
So I came for an interview with Frank. I got the job offered on the spot on that day. I screamed, by the way. I came and I thought I was the coolest kid on the block. I had this afro and I thought I'm cool. I knew nothing. When I came here, I was like, what did I get myself into?
But Nsiki has been, she completed her articles here. She became a manager, and at 2016, after 10 years of being part of the firm, she actually offered a partnership. And I cannot see the firm without her. I just impossible. Her strengths is my weaknesses, and vice versa. We are unbelievable partners and complement each other tremendously in the firm, and even just supporting our clients.
And Nsiki she's our family.
Family.
They said the same thing about you.
Is it? Family, that's the only word I could use. I've got a family and people that's got my back all the time.
So it's people like Nsiki that will take this firm forward. It's people like Nsiki that will make sure that this business will continue even if I'm not there. It's people like her that gives me hope to train others. So I can tell you, when I started the firm, I always wanted to be one of the biggest firms in the Eastern Cape. That was my goal when I started. However, that has changed over the years. That has become more of a firm of having one of the biggest impacts in the area that we stay. Part of that is that we had an opportunity. One of our clients approached us and wanted to start tendering for subsidized houses. So through that, we actually went into a joint venture where we started building subsidized houses. In 3 different projects, we built over 1,600 units with our clients.
So our mission was to make sure we serve the community.
We made sure that we provided skills in the community. That was part and parcel of the project, but we provided skills, we provided opportunity, just in the communities where we did do development. Yeah, we loved it. So our original name when we started the firm was DHA. We decided actually as a family, Kirsty and I spoke a lot about it, and also with my current partner, that I wanted to bring the values of the firm into the name of the firm. And that also became seeking the Lord actually in that. That was just the heart behind it. We wanted to represent our culture be represented in our name. And that's how we got the name LEAD, which is an acronym for listen, evaluate, advise, and develop. And because through our skills that we carry, we don't see ourselves as an accountant. We see ourselves as partners for those that's part of us.
And it's just I think a different way of doing business. You know, it's not all about meetings and being invoiced. It's about actually having a good friendship with with Lead as a company.
It's still a professional kind of relationship that one has. I mean, but Frank brings like a little personal side to it.
Lead has not just become a partner, but they've also become a family and also a very critical link in our business.
And I think, the team with Frank and Nsiki, I think have done an exceptional job.
So over a few years, we've developed our own BE structure for clients, where we wanted to make sure with our BE structure, a wider community benefit. We've got a heart for this area. We invested in this area. We love South Africa, and we have no plans to go anywhere.
And to actually give back to the communities, as myself and Frank actually believe that, South Africa is great. And if each person can actually do their part, we can make this country great.
So even through this structure, we took that as an opportunity to create opportunity for those who do not have access to education. So with our BE structure, we started a non-profit company which is called Matter That Matters.
So we want to give back to the community by way of education and everywhere where we can actually make a difference in the community. So our main aim for Matter That Matters was to actually make sure that people know that they matter.
So we've been able to award some bursaries to 3 people. We're involved in a local babies home, and we've also been able to sponsor a soccer team that went on a tour from one of the less privileged schools.
The 20 years that Lead's gone through, I mean, they've done a complete 180. I remember Frank's vision was he wanted to be the biggest and the best. Where now it's all about the people. Now he wants to leave a legacy. He wants to be able to influence people. He wants to be able to help people. He wants to be able to uplift people.
Currently, how I'm feeling about them, they like a brother to me. You always have that big brother that you can go to.
The relationship is always personal. I don't feel like just another client, and I have the utmost respect and appreciation for that.
Thank you for your support, and thank you for your understanding. Thank you for the humility you show to simple people like us in supermarkets.
Frank and Nsiki, thank you so much for all the years of service you've had, not just to the accounting industry, but to all the article clerks and people you've employed. I'm sure you've left a lovely mark on our lives, especially me. It was an honor, a privilege to work for you, and it's a privilege to call you my friend.
Yeah, thank you guys for the 3 rich and wonderful years I had at Lead. I wouldn't be where I am now, personally, spiritually, and also in my career, if it wasn't for you, Nsiki and Frank. Lots of love from us, the Mpehlos. We love you guys.
God's changed our heart. God's changed my heart to show it's about people. It doesn't matter what platform. This is only a platform. There's a platform to reach others and to help others. That's what Lead is. Our firm is purely just a platform to help others. And it is through our skills. God's given us skills. He's given us a platform. And now we help others through that.